All right, welcome back to the Bobbleheads Sports Show with me, your host James, Smasher, aka Reese.
Hey, what's up?
Aiden.
Hey.
And AJ. And we're here to provide you with the latest and greatest sports analysis and news. It was a crazy week in NFL, so why don't we go ahead and get started with that? Smasher, you want to start us off with a Week 6 review?
Yeah, right. The first game of the week was Chiefs 19 beating the Broncos 8. Did anyone have any thoughts on that one that they want to share?
Chiefs look shit, and they should have won by more, but
yeah,
they won.
My main point out of that was Mahomes looked beatable, which is a bit concerning, but
Russell Wilson's
he can definitely bounce back.
Russell Wilson is not good. I think I'd rather have me at quarterback than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
95 passing yards. Seriously, 95 passing yards.
The next game was Commanders 24, Falcons 16.
Big Commanders W.
Commanders get the dub.
Defense looked pretty good out there, or I don't know if that was just the Falcons looking shit, but a couple goal line interceptions that saved us. But a win is a win.
Sam Howell
sucks.
Sam Howell looked pretty good. Quarterback. And yeah,
I like Sam Howell.
The Falcons coach Arthur Smith says something wrong with him.
He sucks.
That can be said for a few games that happened this week
in a row. The next game,
shockingly enough,
the next game was a game that I had a bet on and lost. Vikings 19, Bears 13. Boring game, just uneventful. The Vikings were actually 2 for 13 on third down conversions. Kirk was bad. Fields was bad. It was a bad game.
Fields got hurt. Fields is out next game.
Fields is out for the next game.
Fields out for a while.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more when we get to their matchup this week against the Raiders. But yeah, he got banged up in that one. And I don't believe in Kirk.
Without JJ, you've just
Kirk sucks.
JJ.
No,
I don't like it. The Bengals bounced back a little bit, beating the Seahawks 17-13. Not a pretty win, but they did get it.
It was not pretty. They were lucky that Geno Smith did not play very well, and they were lucky that Joe Burrow was very good in the first half, and then the second half he kind of just stopped playing well. He just kind of decided he didn't need to play well anymore. And I mean, they won because Smith threw 2 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. But I mean, that's not a good win. They should have won by a lot more than that. I don't think the Seahawks team is very good. I don't think Geno Smith is very good. And only winning by 4 this game is a little depressing.
Well, yeah, my main note here was he's been tunnel visioning Tyler Lockett. He's completely forgetting about DK. DK, on some of those plays, he was wide open for a touchdown, one of the plays, 50-yard touchdown. Not a corner 10 yards near him. Completely missed him. He's got to work better on scanning the field.
That could be coaching issues because if DK's not the read for that play, then there's nothing really.
He's got to focus on reading, getting the reads done better, and scanning the field and finding people like that. The next game,
easier said than
big upset of the round, a massive upset. The Browns 19 beating the 49ers 17. Obviously, Niners injury concerns. CMC potentially miss some weeks. Debo also went down, might miss some weeks. But the Browns had a backup QB. I mean,
yeah, BJ Walker was 18 of 34 for 192 and 2 interceptions. That's not good. Passer rating of 45. You should win this game. If you're Brock Purdy and you want to prove the haters wrong, you needed to play well here, and he didn't. He stopped.
I mean, they were one field goal off winning it that was bricked, but even if they won
the Browns, you should be up. If you're undefeated, they were undefeated going into this, right? Or not?
They were.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. But yeah, you should. If you're an undefeated team and you're going against the Cleveland Browns, you should be not relying on a field goal to win you the game.
Exactly. It wouldn't have been a break if they had won it. Yeah.
It should have never gone to that point. Brock Purdy with 12 of 27 for 125, 1 passing touchdown and 1 interception. And the passing touchdown was a little shovel pass to CMC behind the line of scrimmage. That was the 1 touchdown he threw all game.
Yeah,
was a shovel pass.
Not look good. Not look good at all.
He didn't play well. Like the eye test has just killed him this game. Just killed him.
All right, next game of the round, a couple underperformers. Texans versus Saints. The Texans won 20-13 with a great performance from CJ Stroud, an awful performance from Derek Carr.
I mean, what can you expect from Derek Carr?
Well,
I mean, he played against
Stroud was okay. He wasn't that good.
CJ Stroud was nice. He's doing what he should as a rookie. He's improving every week.
It's good for a rookie, but he wasn't great.
Yeah.
He was worse than he has been. He can be better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, 13 for 27 is pretty similar to what we were just shitting on Brock Purdy for, so.
Yeah,
Well, exactly.
that's what I'm saying. And Dameon Pierce, as usual, was bad. Devin Singletary, actually, was pretty efficient. He might be a nice waiver wire pickup for a league. You never know.
He was pretty good, very efficient. The Jags beating the Colts 37-20. A travesty DM masterclass. Just like he has been putting up. Just ridiculous. I mean, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't really have to do much. They got up big early.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew was not good. Three interceptions. Threw the ball 55 times. I mean, when you have Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor, like, I understand they were down by a lot, but you need to run the football. Like, you need to strive to at least run the football. Pittman, 9 catches for 109. I think he's a solid receiver. Josh Downs caught a touchdown. Alec Pierce didn't do much as usual. Jonathan Taylor hasn't been very good since he came back. And the Jaguars were just a better team than they are. I mean, pretty simple.
Yep.
Yeah. This was a game that Aiden did go to. The Lions beating the Bucks 20-6. Baker looked pretty bad. Jared Goff looked pretty good. And Lions ended up getting the win in the end.
Yeah, that's pretty good. When I was there, on Baker Mayfield's interception, Mike Evans was wide open down the field. He would have had like a 90-yard touchdown. But Baker, he like underthrew and it got tipped at the line and it got intercepted. I mean, and freaking David Montgomery went down pretty early, and Jared Goff took things into his own hands, and he played the best game he's played in probably years.
Yeah, he's really putting together a great season. He's looking like possibly a fringe MVP contender. I mean, not to curse him or anything, but he's looking really good. Rams 26, Cardinals 9.
Shaka. Cardinals.
Great game from Kyron Williams. Great game from Cooper Kupp. Main question I want to ask everyone here. Are the Rams potentially a playoff team? Are they making a push for the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they are.
Potential fringe contender.
I'm saying, unfortunately, Kyron Williams suffered an injury. He looks like he's going to be out 4 weeks. But they're looking so much better this year. I think it's a bounce back year. I think they could scrape into the playoffs. I think they're looking really good.
I agree. I think this was a fantastic game. Kyron Williams had 2 carries for like 5 yards in the first half, and then he had like 18 for 154 in the second half with a touchdown. He was fantastic. I know he'll be out, but that's why Sean McVay drafted Zach Evans in the later rounds. People liked him. You bring him in, he can be a decent backup. Stafford was good. The stats aren't overwhelming, but he did have 2 drop touchdown passes, one by Puka Nacua, one by Tyler Higbee. But he did exactly what they needed him to do. Cooper Kupp, of course, is just a monster. He's just unstoppable. He's the GOAT.
Real?
He's the corked up white boy we all need. And that's all I got for that one.
I mean, when Stafford has the weapons like that, he's got Kupp, he's got Tutu, he's got Puka Nacua, who's risen up, he's got RBs in the passing game, he's got Tyler Higbee. The running game might not matter as much when he's got this many weapons to pass to. Like, it's kind of ridiculous now.
It's totally
all unexpected too.
There's totally a chance 3 teams in that division make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a very good division. It's a brilliant division.
It is. It's back.
Another one of the huge upsets. Jets 20, Eagles 14. This was one of the games I didn't get to catch too much of, but from what I saw, Hurts played awful. Possibly one of the worst games of Hurts' career. A.J. Brown keeps getting yardage as he does. And Zach Wilson wasn't awful.
Yeah,
He was
Jalen Hurts'
mediocre.
performance. Yeah, Jalen Hurts' performance, 3 interceptions. So
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts looked like he did his rookie year. Very raw, not really in tune with his offense. Wasn't good from him.
And the main
Zach
problem
Wilson was mid. Pretty mid.
The Jets were missing their top 2 corners, which was even more embarrassing for him, throwing 3 picks.
that's true.
Like, maybe if Sauce was there and Sauce picked off 2 of them, you can maybe see why, but he threw them against backup corners.
He threw into Quinnen Williams, the defensive tackle.
Yeah, and a defensive tackle, I mean. And
Not good.
this next game, unfortunate for AJ, Bills 14, Giants 9. Obviously, the 2 massive things, both on the last play of the game. The Giants not deciding to run it with their main man, their main running back, Saquon, and the PI no call on the pass play that could have given the Giants another chance.
I absolutely hated that last play call in general. Like, even without the PI, why? Send Saquon up the middle.
Bro knows what it feels like to be a Seahawks fan.
Generational running back. Give the ball to the best player on the team. What the hell was that play call?
Well, I'm a bit concerned about Dayball and his play calling at this point. He's been a bit weak during these last couple of weeks. And
Last week, yeah, coach of the year last year, and then he decided to just take a vacation this year.
But one thing is, Josh Allen was bad in that game and let the Giants stay in it. Because Josh Allen should have shut that out way before the last play of the game. So the Giants being that close. The Giants defense played pretty well.
Been one of the most
Had a good game.
quarterbacks in the league.
I think the Bills are over.
I agree.
I don't see them.
And
I don't even know if they're in the playoffs this year. They have
the Monday night game, the Cowboys ended up clutching it out, getting the win over the Chargers, 20-17. Dak was looking very bad, pretty bad in the first half. Ended up coming back and having a pretty good game. Herbert had an awful game. It was a boring game. You could fall asleep watching it. It was just, nothing really happened. It reminded me a lot of the Thursday night football game. Error-filled, a lot of punts, just boring. This
Wasn't good.
unfortunate.
I think Herbert really struggled. He didn't really look like himself. The interception, the last interception was not something he could have ever thrown. But I think we need to have a conversation about Austin Eckler was not good. He just wasn't good. I know he's coming off an injury, but 1.9 yards per carry is not acceptable. You need to play better than that. If you're going to sit around and make group chats with other running backs talking about we need to get paid, you need to be more efficient than that. That's unacceptable.
I agree. Not looking good at all.
I agree, but
We also need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion about top pick Quentin Johnston and if he will ever do anything in this league.
Okay, yeah, that's he's not getting any targets, and when he does, he's not doing well with them. It seems like they're just not involving him in the play calls, and when they do, he does nothing. It's just
He's struggling to separate. But with someone of his size, if you struggle to separate, you can get around that. But he doesn't really run routes very well. He can't catch that well.
the problem is
On the interception against Herbert, Stephon Gilmore bullied him out of the way. There's no way if you're 6'4", 220, you should be getting bullied by 32-year-old Stephon Gilmore. Like, it's not something you should be letting happen. I know Stephon Gilmore's a really good corner, but he just basically shoved him out of the way. That is unacceptable. You cannot let that happen.
when you're 6'4", you should be at least making a play on the ball there, even to tap it away and stop the interception. But
Unacceptable for
it
me.
was awful. But that's the week. Was it
I
week
think we're
6?
missing a game, actually. I think we're missing a game. I didn't think we talked about. I don't think we talked about the Panthers and Dolphins.
Oh, I did miss that.
Or Ravens Titans.
Dolphins 42, Panthers 21.
Yeah, that's true. It started off really bad for the Dolphins, I have to say.
Oh,
Adam
yeah, that
Thielen
14-0 deficit.
is looking good.
Adam
Thielen is a must pick up in fantasy leagues. Trade for
Another
him.
worked up white boy.
Yeah.
He's getting every Stroud target at this point. It's ridiculous. The young target, Bryce Young target at this point. It's crazy. But the Dolphins, Tua and Tyreek, again, they're always going to get it done. It's
Also,
and my question
masterclass.
I have got a question for everyone here. Will the Panthers win a game this season?
Yeah,
I think they will. I think they'll probably play a team like the last week of the season. They could very well play like the Niners, and the Niners will just play none of their starters. Like they could easily win that game.
I think they could get a legitimate win this season as well, not just against some backups. I think there's teams that they are better than.
I just think, and I'll stand by this, I thought at the time that the Panthers taking Bryce Young first was a reach, and it wasn't a good pick. I always thought CJ Stroud was the better quarterback.
I think it's early to say.
That might change over their careers, but so far CJ Stroud is looking better. We'll see how Bryce Young develops. But
it'll be over the next 3 weeks. Texans, Colts, Bears. That's
I could see them getting this.
Panthers, Bears. We have to watch Panthers, Bears.
I think the Bears might end up winning that, but I think the Colts could be a sneaky win. I mean, surely
without Anthony Richardson,
maybe
could be a sneaky win.
The issue is the Panthers roster is just so bad. It's just so bad. Bryce Young legitimately does not have any help whatsoever.
It's Bryce Young and Adam Thielen.
Yeah, basically. And when Bryce Young throws to Adam Thielen, the offense is good. But if Adam Thielen's covered, he doesn't have anything else. See, one of the reasons I think CJ Stroud has done well is because the Texans spent top picks on weapons before they did this. Nico Collins was a decently high pick, and I always thought he was a pretty decent player. They got Robert Woods, who's a good veteran. Like Damian Pierce had a very good rookie year. The offensive line is decent, and they have a really good head coach. I think the Panthers head coach sucks. I think their defense sucks. I think their O-line sucks, and I think their weapons suck.
And I think the Texans have Laramie Tunsil on the left tackle, and they've got Dalton Schultz at tight end, who's a pretty capable tight end. And when you compare him to Hayden Hurst, he definitely
Tremble and Hayden Hurst. Bring Tommy Tremble, the GOAT, into this. Remember?
I'd definitely be preferring the Texans' weapons there. So CJ Stroud obviously has had a bit of help with his weapons, but I think he's looked really good. And we should move on to the last game that we missed. Ravens 24, Titans 16 in London. The final London game. The 3rd out of 5 international games.
Yeah.
Tannehill obviously got injured. So it looks like the Titans have a bye this week. But next week, it'll be the Will Levis or Malik Willis taking over. Yeah. Looking like Malik Willis at the moment.
Yeah, it'll probably be Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is that athletic guy that has no real... He can't pass.
Black Taysom Hill.
He can't pass. But
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Lamar looked pretty good in it. And my main takeaway was the Derrick Henry, Tyjae Spears RB backroom is looking nasty. With a power back and a speed back.
Yeah.
If they want to run the ball, they can. Like, Tyjae Spears had a couple of nasty runs around the edge. Derrick Henry got through the middle pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's week 6 wrapped up.
Do we want to talk about the start of week 7 already?
Do we want to go to the game that we just witnessed? We all watched it, week 7. It was a boring game again. It seems like every Thursday night football game this year has just been either.
It got okay at the end. It
kind of just like.
No, hold on. They almost went to overtime. There was a drop catch and end. The game was very interesting.
A 7-7 game going into the fourth quarter. Like This was a high-scoring defense.
Well,
Yeah, this
there
was
a lot of, there was a lot of errors. There was a lot of you had Trevor Lawrence coming off. We thought he might have missed it because of an injury. 204 yards, 1 touchdown.
It's fine.
He didn't
It's
play
whatever.
that. He played average, and
Continued
Derek
to
Carr.
be good, like he's been the last few weeks.
Derek
Yeah.
Carr
My goat.
and Derek Carr went 301 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Bad.
Pick six.
I'm sorry,
Pick
he didn't
six.
play
Make
great.
sure you label it as a pick
It was
six.
a pick 6. The amount, if I can see it, 12 receptions to Kamara.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the bet that I put on Twitter for this game, I said my lock of the week was Kamara over 3.5 receptions. Clearly, he fucking hit that. I mean,
Come on.
they kept dumping it off to him.
Kamara hit like all of his lines. He definitely had the receiving yards. I had his rushing yard line.
He didn't get a touchdown. He didn't score a touchdown. That's the one
he
line he
did.
didn't hit. No, he didn't score a touchdown.
Oh yeah, I remember
He got a
that.
2-point conversion.
But
Yeah, that's what it is.
12 receptions for 91 yards is crazy from a running back.
Yeah.
It just proves how
Kamara's a good
important Kamara
player.
is to this offense, and still with Kamara, they did nothing. It was
Yeah,
If I remember,
That's not
yeah,
good.
right here, 3 of 18 on 3rd downs. That you cannot win a game
and one was on the goal line.
like that. There was, one of the 3rd downs was on the goal line. They get that last catch. Foster, the cancer kid.
Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau, brick hands. That was one of the worst attempts at a catch I've ever seen.
Straight through.
No one was on him.
No.
Wide
All he had
open.
to do-
Wide
all he had to
open.
do was get his hands on that, drop to the ground, and touchdown.
Taysom Hill would have caught that.
tied it up. Taysom
Hill probably would have got that. Taysom Hill was good.
Taysom Hill
He
didn't
did.
have a Taysom Hill didn't have a catch all game, but he did come in, score a
Yes,
rushing
yes,
touchdown,
he
which was
did.
very important.
He caught like 5 passes.
Who are you?
No, on real, he's caught none.
watched
Real doesn't label him as being able to catch
Yeah,
passes.
I watched him catch multiple.
And then my wrist bugging.
No,
Hold
mine
on.
also says 0.
No, Rio just doesn't label him as able to catch stuff.
But I was gonna say his main thing was rushing. He had a rushing touchdown. That rushing touchdown was great. Fake handoff, ran out to the side.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
18
he's
rushing
sitting on the
yards.
bench right now.
He played pretty well.
Yeah, Taysom had 4 catches for 50 yards, and he had 5 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown. He did a lot of things today.
He's a good guy for any team. You can fill him in and slot him in anywhere, and you can slot him in anywhere and he'll perform well.
I would like us to bring up. I'm a little disappointed by what Trevor Lawrence has been doing this year. I thought he would take another leap, and he's not as. I don't think he's as good as he was last year. I think he might have regressed a little bit. I mean, I've been disappointed in him. He hasn't cooked the way I thought he would.
Also,
But again,
I
he
had
only
him as
got
like.
good.
on top of Trevor being bad, I think we were also expecting more to Calvin Ridley, and I'm not sure if that's a tandem disappointment or if Ridley is purely because of Trevor.
Calvin Ridley showed potential. That's the problem. These last 3 weeks, he's done nothing. He's not getting
I mean, it's
targeted.
still early in the season. I
He had
would give
one-
Trevor
he
Lawrence
had
some
one
time.
target, 1 catch for 5 yards tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
The only
getting
problem.
targeted or what.
I understand Trevor Lawrence can definitely get better later, but like he ended last year better than he started this year, and that's a little disappointing.
He
Yeah.
was better at using his weapons last year.
Yeah, I guess.
He actually used Evan Ingram. He used Christian Kirk. He used all the weapons he had, and this year it kind of just seems like they're feeding ETN.
I mean,
Which-
I mean, it's been working. They're 5-2.
I mean, I can't fault them for that.
Yeah, like they're winning, which is good. And they beat Buffalo Bills, and in the game against Buffalo, Trevor Lawrence was the Trevor Lawrence we thought he could be. But I feel like he plays down to worse teams.
yeah. Well,
Which is a little
our next
concerning.
Our next game, which will be on Sunday afternoon football, Niners.
Didn't you say another part of that thing didn't hit though?
Oh, it did end up fucking in the end because the
The
Niners lost.
Bengals fucked my parlay last week.
The Niners lost, which also fucked
This
us.
man
So.
bet on Brock 30. This man bet
I
on
thought
Brock 30.
the Niners would get done against the fucking
What I learned
Browns.
last week,
Actually, I bet on the Eagles in that as well. So, you got double mark.
Take any Dolphins line.
You got double mark for my favorites. And those were the two lines that were the most
What were you saying, AJ?
Last week,
AJ, what are you saying?
From last week taught me was don't trust the Bengals and trust any Dolphins line. Any Dolphins line.
Oh, Dolphins. This week especially, Dolphins. Tyreek slam, touchdown, receptions, receiving yards.
Like 6 different Dolphins lines.
Fucking-
They all hit.
I don't know, is there a line for how many fines he's going to get during the game? Slam that over, like,
Over 3.
slam anything.
I think every time he's scored a touchdown, he's gotten fined.
I really don't
Yeah.
think he cares.
No, that sounds...
Fines per touchdown. New stat. Fines per
He definitely doesn't
touchdown.
care. If he getting fined every time, he still does it.
Right?
No, I mean he's making so much
So
money. Like,
a quick just
a 4
injury
grand fine
rundown.
is nothing.
Injury rundown for this week is it looks like Justin Fields is going to need surgery for the finger first of all, which means he's at least going to be put on IR, which means at least 4 weeks out, which means
Anyway.
Bears are looking really good in the Caleb Williams Bowl right now. I mean,
Oh my god. No, the
Panthers
Michael
pick and
Penix
their pick.
Jr. Bowl.
Panthers pick and their pick. Oh, they could have Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. by the end of this shit. I mean,
And they'll
Crazy.
still suck.
Yeah.
They'll still suck. They'll still
so
suck.
Monty's out week 7. He's out week 8. He's got a bye week 9. He could be back week 10. Kyron Williams is out week 7. Could be back week 8. Cooper Kupp rolled his ankle in the end zone. It's Cooper Kupp. He'll play.
Oh no, he rolled his ankle at the end.
Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, there was issue about Trevor Lawrence and his mobility. He fucking proved that wrong tonight. He was brilliant. Josh Allen looks like he's got an AC sprain, which means he could possibly be a bit worse against New England, but he's going to play through it. It's the Patriots. I mean, they're not going to. They're going to win anyway. They could win with.
Slam the Matt Jones turnover for points line. I think he's had a turnover for points the last 4 games. He had a safety last game. I think he had back-to-back pick 6 games. I mean, he will give the other team points.
Jimmy G, after going into hospital in an ambulance, avoided an organ injury, but he will be out this week. Might be back week 8. Baker Mayfield bruised his left hand, not his throwing hand. He'll be back. Daniel Jones, new neck injury. He could be back week 7 if they can get rid of the inflammation.
My goat.
But
Don't get rid of it. Start Tyrod Taylor. Do not get rid of it.
apparently,
Get rid of
it's gonna be, the neck injuries that keep happening, it's going to be a red flag in the long term. Tannehill, he's probably going to be put on IR.
Macker, he's got these long-term injuries. Thank God the Giants didn't sign him to a long-term contract, right, guys? Thank God they didn't give him a huge long-term.
Yeah, not like they're paying him more than Mahomes or anything, you know. Fuck.
Money and then not pay Saquon. Never such a thing.
God.
Never.
Ramondre hurt his ankle. He's going to be back. Sam Laporta, again, who we were talking about, he's going to be back and fine. That's the injury report that I've got here. Yeah, those are the injuries we've got. And for the last bit of NFL, quick spiel on the MVP odds. We've now got Tua as the outright leader, as he should be. As betting favorite, you should probably bet on him. It's Tua. It's Tua. No, well, Mahomes is at plus 450. He shouldn't be. He should be well behind that.
Yeah, no.
Mahomes bias. I hate
Do
it.
not bet on Mahomes, and the only other 2 people in the race are Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. They won't win it. Bet on Tua. Plus 350 odds is actually pretty good. Plus 350 odds for Tua is brilliant. Bet on it. He's winning NFL MVP. Easily.
I don't know. Daniel Jones, I think, might have a comeback season.
Super Bowl winner. Super Bowl winner here.
We're losing, yeah.
Actually, my one NFL
It's gonna be his
MVP
season.
odd, I don't think he wins it, but at the odds that it's at, plus 2,000 for Jared Goff. Pretty good odds. I think Tua wins it, but if you want someone way out there. No.
No,
No wide receiver is winning it.
Jared Goff's been really good.
And Julian Edelman win it?
really good.
What if?
And we've got
What if
No.
2,500 yards with like 20 touchdowns? Like
he won't.
Okay, no, that's
Yeah, but
unrealistic. He won't do that.
who threw him the ball though?
We're going.
That's
we're
facts.
going to.
Tua would have like 6,000 passing yards. He would still.
We're going to the Super Bowl winner. Niners are favorites at plus 450. The Chiefs are after them at plus 500.
Still no.
The Eagles are plus 750. Bills
Still
are plus
no.
900. Dolphins
Fuck
are plus
no.
900 are really good value.
I would take the Dolphins.
I'd look at that.
I would never take the Bills. Those are
Plus
ass.
1,000. Avoid them.
Fuck the hell
Bet
no.
on the Cowboys.
Lions are plus 1,300.
I think that's decent.
They're
I
still a
don't
bit
think they
young,
win it,
but
but you
Good
could bet
odds.
on that and then cash out when they get to like the second round of the playoffs, and you probably
there
get a good amount of
could
money.
be something there for an NFC championship. They could win the NFC championship and lose in the Super Bowl. I like them. That plus 1,300 is a pretty good odds for an outsider. Ravens at plus 1,400. No,
Yeah.
everything outside of that is plus 2,000 or more. Just
Rams plus 2,000. We're going.
No,
How's
back
it
to the
coming
Super
Rams are
Bowl.
not plus 2,000. Rams are plus 8,000.
We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Brian Burns is a Ram.
go
Brian Burns is
Yeah,
a
well,
Ram.
on that Rams and then cash out in the second round.
The Jets are also plus 6,600 if Aaron Rodgers comes back. Anything's
I'm
possible.
gonna go put $1 on like.
No.
If
I
Aaron
think
Rodgers
that
comes back, if Aaron
But
Rodgers
besides
comes
that-
back this season from an Achilles tear, I will become anti-vax. I will become anti-vax if he comes back this season.
Besides
would
that,
be crazy.
it's nothing. Bet on the Dolphins or the Lions.
I think that about wraps the NFL segment.
No, we got one more. We got the NFL awards.
The
We got
NFL.
final
Oh my
NFL
goodness.
awards. We've got OPOY. Tyreek is leading it. Bet on Tyreek. Tyreek will win it. We've got Defensive Player of the Year odds. Right now it's between Micah, TJ Watt,
Byron
Miles Garrett.
Young. Byron Young.
AJ, who do you have winning it? Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, Miles Garrett. DPOY.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett for James.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett, TJ Watt. Miles Garrett's at plus 325 odds. Could be worth it.
That's got to be racist. That's got to be racist to pick DJ Watt over Miles Garrett.
All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year votes. CJ Stroud is now at negative odds by looking like he's a QB.
Yeah.
Kind of a QB award.
we'll
He's
get
going to win
Okay.
it.
Yeah. He's going to win it. Let's move on.
Defensive
gonna win it.
Rookie,
Let's move on.
Jalen Carter. He's going to win it. That is all.
All right.
Dan Campbell for Coach of the Year, but
Big
I
fuck.
wouldn't take it.
All right. That was the NFL segment. Moving on to the NBA. A little bit of preseason action. Anyone want to start off with this?
We starting off
I
from
would.
today.
Starting off from
There's
whatever.
I mean,
There's a lot to talk about in the preseason.
quickly, Jokic today, 25, 14, and 8 in 28 minutes.
Seventh best player in the league right there.
Very
That is the best
very
part.
typical Jokic game. Very typical Jokic game. I'd like to point out, yesterday, Steph Curry hit a game-winning 3 and scored like 13 points in the fourth quarter. He's a tryhard. He never hits that in the normal season. He's not clutch, and I hate Steph Curry.
Listen, it was
Anyway.
it was a great game from Steph, but Jordan Poole,
Yeah,
41 points.
Jordan Poole is my pick for most improved player this year. I think
he'll
he's
win
taking
most
the Harden route.
improved.
I think he's taking the Harden route.
I think he's on the Harden route.
I think because his per 36, and that's probably not going to go up, but because he's scoring, he's getting so many minutes, so many opportunities, he could average
Also-
like 26, 27. Like, he's the only man taking shots there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Harden, is he going back to the Rockets?
That was
No.
the rumor. That was the rumor.
No,
He was in
he ain't
Houston.
going back to the
I think he. Listen, I commented. I think he was just going to the strip club, but
I agree with that. Where is
Hey,
he going then?
hey.
It's true.
Not to
He's-
Philly.
hey,
Not
he's-
to Philly.
I'm pretty sure his jersey is retired in a strip club.
It is. It is. He spent $1 million in a strip club in one night, and they retired his jersey.
I think the Clippers aren't going to get it.
It's going to be you, AJ. It's going to be
I
you.
think it's going to be similar.
To spend at a strip club.
It's going to be.
He doesn't even have a jersey.
It's going to be similar to the Blazers Heat situation, where I don't think Harden gets traded to the Clippers just because I don't think the 76ers want to give him to the Clippers just because that's where Harden wants to go. I think he could go to Miami. I think Miami would be a good destination for him.
As a Miami Heat fan, I wouldn't hate it. Freaking, if he comes in a fat suit, Pat Riley may shoot him. Like, that is real. Pat Riley would not deal with that shit. Pat Riley will whip him into shape and no go to the strip club. I would need Jimmy Butler to, like, tape his hand to Harden's and basically tell him, shut the fuck up. We're here to win and not whine. Because he's a whiner.
Jamie Vasquez, you know what your job is this season? Keep Harden out of the strip club.
Bobbleheads. His name's Bobbleheads.
Oh god. Also, if it's anyone's job, it's gonna be fucking Jimmy Butler. Udonis Haslam's still hanging around. Can't fucking stop him. But I think Miami is the good because it's a nice tropical location. He's getting old. I think he'd like Miami. It's a winning spot. And I think the Heat could get him for cheap. The Heat could probably just give up Lowry and some picks and Larry Bird.
I would give up Lowry for a ham sandwich, and I'm being so
I think you could trade
so bad.
You could trade like Lowry, Haywood Highsmith.
Oh, no, they're not getting Haywood Highsmith. They're getting Kyle Lowry in 2 first, and they're gonna like it.
I think they could do it. I think he could come off, and I think they could get James Harden. And yeah,
I think if you put James Harden on that Heat lineup, it would be Harden, Harrow, Jimmy, and then we get Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo. That's a pretty good lineup. Actually, no, Caleb Martin and Bam Adebayo. Sorry, I forgot about the greatest player of all time, Caleb Martin, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Caleb Martin.
Yeah,
Jason Tatum's daddy, Caleb Martin.
And I mean, I'd just like to give quick Aussie love. Josh Giddey. They beat the Bucks. Josh Giddey put up 19, 7, and 5. He had a really good game. And I'm excited to see him develop this season.
Dame sucks.
It's the preseason up by Giddey.
It's the preseason.
Dame will come around.
I'm not worried about Dame. I got him on my top 10 list, and he's staying there.
The main thing is, the main thing you're looking out for in preseason is the rookies.
I agree with that.
And
I think Victor Wembanyama, so far, has been fraudulent.
And Scoot has also been pretty bad. Scoot has had a pretty atrocious preseason. Both of them have been awful. First of all, Scoot against the Suns. I'll read these stats to you. 30 minutes, 8 points, 5 assists. He was doing cardio. Out there.
Getting in shape for the regular season. I'm not worried about him.
Listen, they both played pretty bad. It's preseason. I mean,
yeah, we'll see when it's
real.
But that probably brings us to the biggest part of this episode, this show, which would be the NBA standing predictions from all of us.
Oh yeah,
which is the big thing that everyone wants to hear at the moment, which is, after all these big trades in the offseason, what are our standings predictions? I think we'll start off in the East or the West?
Let's start off in the East, because I think the East is pretty easy. Smasher,
it's easier.
Why don't you go ahead and give us your list, and we'll come to a consensus.
15, Washington. They're bad.
Really?
I have Washington being 15 as well.
With Kuzma and Jordan Poole?
They could definitely get like 14 or 13.
There's nobody else on the team.
They're bottom 3. Detroit at 14, too young.
I think you could switch those guys.
I think Jalen Duren takes a step up. Kate Cunningham takes a bit of a step. I like him. Jaden Ivey gets a bit better. Haven't they got one of the Thompson twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them. I don't remember which one.
I think it was Sponsor that went there because Armin went to the Rockets. Charlotte, I've got them in my 13.
Okay.
I think
sitting at 14 for me.
I think
Yeah.
I
think they're bad.
I think Melo becomes a bit takes a little bit of a step forward, but it's their center play. Their center play is not good, and Brandon Miller
Williams is fine. I don't think Brandon Miller will be very good, and I don't think Gordon Hayward's very good either. And I think their wings are bad. I think their center plays fine.
Well, they need Brandon Miller to really show off this season, to show why he should be part of the future.
He won't.
All right, let's go up the list. In 12, this is a team that made the play-ins last year that I've got now out of the play-ins.
Let me guess. Is it the Hawks?
He's not the Hawks. No.
Oh, all right.
It's the Toronto Raptors. Now, if we want to hold on real quick, just gonna.
Oh, back to glazing.
Just
it's crazy.
Switch that real quick. Bulls beat him in the play-in. I think they got worse. Fred VanVleet's gone. They're starting Dennis fucking Schroeder.
My goat, Lakers legend.
They're bad, and
Lakers legend.
I think they fall out of the playoffs completely.
Yeah. So at my 13, I had the Brooklyn Nets.
Wow.
I don't think Brooklyn's very good. I think Mikal Bridges isn't as good as he was last year with Brooklyn, and I just don't think they're that good. At 12, I have the Pistons. I think everything Smasher said was correct. I just think they'll be a little bit better than Smash thinks there.
I mean, I'm very high. I'm very high on Jalen.
Don't get it wrong. They will suck. Don't get it wrong.
I'm hugely high on Jalen Durant. That's the guy I'm rooting for, and I think he takes a big step in becoming a bit of an Andre Drummond on the Pistons type, where he was actually good. But the Nets, I mean, it all depends on if Ben Simmons gets back into form, and I don't think he does. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. There's some nice pieces, which is why I don't have them at 12. I've got the Magic at 11. Again, taking a pretty big step forward. And I think Paolo becomes better. Markel Fultz is a pretty good point guard. They've got Franz Wagner's getting better. And I think they're a pretty good team. I think 11's a nice spot. They could go as far down as 15, in my opinion. They have the highest range, in my opinion. They could be really bad, but I have them at 11. They could sneak in the play-in.
My number 11 is actually the Toronto Raptors, a team we already touched on. I think Pascal and Jakob Pearl, they're decent enough that they won't be that terrible, but I don't think they'll make the play-in. And I think after this year, they're just gonna blow it up. Pascal's gonna be
that's what
Pascal's gonna be like an Indiana Pacer, and it's gonna be this whole thing. And if that comes true, we're posting this again. All right.
We will be in. Well, I think he gets dealt at the trade deadline.
In
at the 10 as my first play-in team, the Brooklyn Nets. I think they're slightly better than you say. I think they scrape into the play-in. I think they get knocked out pretty easily in the play-in, but I think they make the play-in.
You think Ben Simmons is having a comeback season?
Well, mainly it's because they have no reason to tank. I'm pretty sure they don't have their pick this year. They don't have their picks for many of the years in the future. They don't have a reason to tank. I think they keep trying to push to give some of the young stars a bit of playoff experience. Well, if they can make the playoffs, I don't think they can, but they can try.
At my number 10, my first play-in team, I have the Orlando Magic. I think Paulo gets a little better. I like their young core. I like Anthony Black. I think he's going to be pretty decent coming off the bench.
I'll hold you there.
I think they'll get eliminated.
I saw AJ smile as soon as you said that. AJ's pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, I think the Magic will be good this year. As an Orlando resident, I kind of have a little bit of bias there, but I think the Magic will make a run.
Yeah, no,
make a run? What do you mean by make a run? Are we talking like Miami Heat type of run, or is this like
no way?
They'll do something in the playoffs.
Do you think they'll make the playoffs and they just like lose to Cleveland or something?
At number 9, this is a bit interchangeable. At number 9 at the moment, I've got Atlanta. I think
I agree with that.
Trae Young is really bad on defense. Their center's not great. They haven't got a power forward. They haven't got a small forward. Really, their only play is Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, and DeJounte Murray looked not great last year.
I'm actually going to change my pick here. I originally had the Indiana Pacers on this team, but I forgot just how much Atlanta did lose in the offseason. I'm going to move Atlanta down to here and switch the Pacers up to where Atlanta was originally.
Right.
That's pretty much what I have. I have Hawks and Pacers.
At 8, unfortunately, I have Chicago.
I also have Chicago.
I have them. Chicago's weird, and I think 8's their ceiling. Maybe 7. But
Pushing it.
if they decide to sell at the deadline, which they should, but they probably won't, if they sell, they could drop out of the play-in. But if they don't sell with this current roster, I think we're an 8 or a 7 seed. I've got them at 8 because I like the team above them. Not even slight. I like them a lot more.
I think if the Chicago Bulls want to have a successful season, DeMar DeRozan needs to be a New York Knick by the deadline. I think the Knicks would want him. I think they would want to try to compete. I think they would want more buckets. And I think he needs to be out of Chicago because he's not that good.
That's if they don't get Joel Embiid. Apparently, Joel Embiid wants to go there.
They're not going to get him. They're not going to get M Flop. All right, they're not going to get him.
We've got at my 7th spot a team that I'm very high on. I think they could honestly challenge for the playoffs. Now I've convinced myself. Actually, I'm going to move someone down. At the 7th spot, I've got the Knicks. As currently as they are, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. Who the fuck else?
RJ Barrett?
I mean, RJ
Grimes. RJ Barrett is Tyler Harrow in a different font. RJ Barrett and Tyler Harrow are the same player. At my number 7, I had the Atlanta Hawks. Or no, not the Atlanta Hawks. I swapped them with the Pacers. I forgot. The Pacers are at 7 for me now. I forgot.
You originally had the Hawks at the 7?
That could happen.
I forgot how much depth they lost. They could very well do that if Trae Young just plays out of his mind. But I like Tyrese Halliburton. I think Tyrese Halliburton will take another leap. I think they'll be good. I think low-key, if the standings are the way this is, I think Orlando will be a playoff team if they make the play-in. If the play-in goes this way, I think they would make it out of the play-in. They would get immediately crushed by my 1 seed, but they would make it.
Who's your 1 seed?
Well, we're
I'm
going
to leave that for later. Yo, Matt is not going to like my 1 seed.
The 6th seed.
No, I'm kidding. He will.
Who I just flexed out of the 7th seed. Who is a team I'm fucking huge on. The Indiana
That's about
Pacers.
every team.
The Pacers. I've got them making playoffs. Torrey one of my favorite players in the league. He drops 25 and 15 a fucking night, like playmaking point guard. Miles Turner's one of the best defensive centers. Hield can hit his shots. Mathurin can hit his shots. Jarvis Walker's one of my favorite rookies coming in. They've got bench depth with Bruce Brown coming in. Yeah, I'm Pacers at 6.
All right.
I have the New York Knicks at 6. Funny enough, the team you flexed out of here and swapped with the Pacers. I think I think Jalen Brunson's going to take another leap. Julius Randle's a regular season merchant, let's be honest about it, but he's pretty decent. He made like All-NBA third team. Like, he's pretty decent. Mitchell Robinson did just beat the hell out of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the playoffs last year. If he can be good again, I think they'll make the playoffs. But, whatever.
Well, at my 5, you're probably not going to like this. The Miami Heat. I've got the Miami Heat at 5. I think they do better in the playoffs still. They're up against.
I have no reservations about that pick.
They're up against my 4th seed, and I'm going to say it real quick. My 4th seed is Philly. I think they beat Philly in that series. I think they beat Philly in that series, but I think Miami's slightly worse in the regular season.
Smasher, this is really funny. I have Philly at 5 and Miami at 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I mean, like, if you're still going to be playing, I think
that's exactly
like,
what I thought.
The only reason why I have Philly at 5 is because I don't know about Harden. If Harden plays, I think Philly will be the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. But I think the regular season merchants, Joel and Flop, the regular season merchant, will get them. They will win a lot of games with freaking M-Bum. But other than that, I don't think they'll win a playoff series, though.
Well, now we're into the top 3. At 3, I've got Cleveland. I think they're going to get even better. The lights were too bright for them last year. I think the lights are fine for them this year. I think they get in the playoffs. I think they do a good job. In this, they would be facing the Knicks in the first round. I think they deal with the Knicks pretty easily. I think they easily make it to the second round. I like it. I like
you swap the Knicks out.
Oh, I did too.
The
Pacers.
Yeah.
I think they beat the Pacers. So, either team they're going to beat. I think the Cavs are really big. They're dominant. They've got Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. They've got Amoni Bates, who I'm high on as a rookie. Yeah. I think they're a 3 seed, but I think they're a dominant 3 seed.
I also have Cleveland at the 3 seed. I really like Cleveland. Cleveland, this is for you. I think they will play the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs, and I think they'll beat the Knicks pretty handily after being embarrassed last year. I think they'll come back and they'll be better. However, Evan Mobley does need to take a leap. He's like a 99 overall in 2K in like 3 years. If he needs to do something like that, he needs to be better.
Well, now it'll be the 2 and the 1 seed, which we both got the same 2 and 1 seed. My 2, again, they're very interchangeable in my opinion, but my 2 is Milwaukee, because I think the Celtics have slightly more depth for the regular season, and I think they've got more. Their stars might not be as good. For example, I think Giannis is better than Tatum, obviously, and I think Dame is better than Jaylen Brown, but the Celtics have that much depth that I think it won't matter, and I think that they will be better in the regular season. I would have them playing really either Chicago or Atlanta. I honestly have them playing Chicago, and them handing Chicago a fat L. And then I'd have the Bucks play
the Bulls
probably the Knicks, and I'd have them beating the Knicks pretty handedly.
Yeah. My number 2 is exactly the same, but I feel a little bit different about it. I don't think Milwaukee is going to be that interchangeable with Boston. I think Milwaukee and Cleveland will be more interchangeable because honestly, I don't think Giannis and Dame will give a shit that much about the regular season. They're not there for the regular season. It's just like how Jimmy Butler doesn't try in the regular season. I don't think Dame or Giannis try that hard. Because they don't need to, because they're only there to win a championship. That's the only thing that they care about.
Dame's
Boston
wins.
I think Boston will win 65 games. I think they'll be really good in the regular season because I think they're going to try every game to win every single game to try to like prove to people that we're good, and then they'll get bounced in like the 3rd round by like Cleveland.
I think the final series could end up being like a Boston-Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee would outduel them. But, yeah, I agree with your sentiment that Celtics have too much depth, and they're going to want to win every game. Dame doesn't care about winning in the regular season. He's done that in Portland. He wants to win in the playoffs, which Portland couldn't do, which he wants to do with Giannis for the Bucks.
I think he load manages a good amount. I don't think he plays that many games this year. And honestly, I think Giannis will probably still play a lot of games, but that's just because he's fucking Giannis. He just kind of goes off.
He doesn't really need to not play any games. He's fine.
Yeah.
Move over to the West now, which is a lot more competitive. My 15 seed, which could be controversial to some who are very high on wet banana, it is the Spurs getting possibly the number 1 pick again. I have them being 15 because their only real player on offense is Wemby.
I think they'll be bad. I don't think they'll be that bad.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I got the Jazz.
They got Wemby, and I like him, but there's just so many good teams in the West. That's
true. Who the fuck is the Jazz?
Laurie Markkinen.
Laurie Markkinen. Yeah, Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler.
Oh, okay. I've heard about Jordan Clarkson.
No. I'm not saying I think Utah will be good. Utah is not good on my list. But personally, I have Portland as the worst team. I think Portland's going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be well coached. And I think the Spurs are better than they played last year. I think they purposefully tanked for Wembanyama like halfway through the season. When they knew Wemby was going to be that good, I think they tanked. I think they're better than they played last year.
You know what's funny? I actually also have the Trailblazers at 15, even though I just had the Jazz. I have the Jazz at 14.
I've got at 14. This is a team, again, from really 14 up. These are all teams I believe could even make a push for the play-in. I've got the Rockets. They made some big signings that were
I see that.
not. They were big. They weren't good. They were big signings. They were not good signings. Dylan Brooks to a big deal. Fred VanVleet to a supermax. I don't know what they're doing anymore. I think they 14. Jalen Green is a gay man now, apparently.
I think the Rockets could end
so
up,
is Kevin Porter Jr.
I think the Rockets could end up.
Again, I think the Rockets end up anywhere from 15 to 10. They could scrape in the play-in if everything goes right.
Yeah. This conference is so good. I also have Houston at 14. I think Houston would be a play-in team in the East. I think they'd be a play-in team in the East.
I think probably any Western team could make the drive to play.
I don't think Portland could. I think Portland will be really bad.
Well, I haven't seen Scoot play in the regular season yet. I would have a little more faith.
Yeah, it's not Scoot's fault. It's not Scoot's fault.
We've got
I don't trust anybody else on
the East is very top-heavy, and the top is very heavy. The West, every team is just pretty good. Like, there's positives about every team.
There's definitely some better teams than the rest.
Definitely up top, of course, but down from like the 6 seed to the 14 seed, they've all got something where you can go, yeah, they can make a push for the play-in. They can make a push for the playoffs. Like, 13, you guys have it at 15. I'm going Portland. I think Scoot's going to be better than some people think he will be. I think Malcolm Brogdon's going to be a great bench piece if he stays there. I think the Ayton and Williams, either at the same time or subbing out, could be a really good defensive center. Jeremy Grant's still a pretty good player. I think they've got enough pieces there. 13 seed, they could make a play-in push, in my opinion, as well. I think they, again, could range from 13 to like 8.
I think the reason I have Portland so low is I think towards like the trade deadline, they're gonna realize that they kind of suck, and they're just gonna start losing because they're gonna want a top pick in the next year's draft. I think next year's draft is a very good draft.
I think
they'll want a top pick.
I don't know if they'll lose enough before then that maybe they'll have too many wins. They'll be sitting at like a 7 seed and try to lose and just won't quite get far enough.
Yeah.
Who have you got at 13?
I think I have the Utah Jazz at 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think Laurie Markkinen is not going to be as good.
I've got the Jazz at 12.
And
so.
they're good. They're fine. But, I cannot put them over the teams I put them.
Even
them
a team
I
that
cannot put them over them.
somehow I could still see the Jazz making a play in. They're still they're an alright team. They're honestly not that bad. Who have you got 12? Who have you got 12?
I have the San Antonio Spurs because I think that they were better than they played last year. I think Wemby will be good. I don't think he'll be bad.
The bottom four.
I like Devin Vassell. I think Devin Vassell
are the same. The bottom four's the same. They're just mixed up.
Yeah.
So okay.
You got 11. Who you have 11?
Who's at 11?
This pick might be very controversial.
Don't say the Lakers. Don't say the Lakers.
No. It's okay. No, at 11, AJ's right. The Pels, which is crazy to say when you think of all the talent they have. CJ McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, Zion, Dyson.
Asher, there's something I gotta tell you is really important. I also have the Pelicans at 11.
There we go.
I think Zion's gonna fucking do Zion things. They're not gonna win.
No, I think Zion's sorted out now.
He's too fat.
Somehow.
He's fat.
Lose weight.
This Pelicans team
lose weight.
This Pelicans team might have the biggest range out of all teams. I could see them falling to 12 or 13. I could see them as a top 4 seed if everything goes to plan.
If Zion stays healthy the entire season, which he won't, no one stays healthy the entire season. But if he did, they would be the 4 seed.
I think they could see them being pretty high up.
Zion, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, CJ McCollum. How the fuck are they not a playing team? How the fuck is that?
The problem is, if Zion only plays 25 games, they won't be good.
No.
He needs to play. He desperately needs to play.
This 11 seed is me assuming he plays 50 games.
If he plays 50, he should be higher than the 11th seed.
I think this is their floor. I think this is their
Anthony
floor.
Davis played 50 games. Come on.
Games. I think this is their floor. Zion Williamson
I
plays
think
25
he plays about
games.
40 games,
This is their
50
floor.
games. I think they end up 11, which is really disappointing because they are a very good team.
They're going higher than 11.
Who do you have at 11, James?
Timberwolves.
Yep. All right. Okay.
I can't hate it. I have them at 10.
I also have them at 10. Listen, the only reason I've got them at 10 is I believe very highly in Ant-Man. I think Anthony Edwards is really good. And I think he will do really well this season.
It's good.
They're a team that I could see them make the playoffs. They are. Rudy Gobert, if he can stop being such a little bitch. Cat, if he can stop complaining all the time. They've still got Mike Conley. They've got Anthony Edwards. They've got good bench pieces. I think that they could be a top 6 seed, but also they could fall out of the play-in.
I think Anthony Edwards this year averages 27, 6, and 7 on decent efficiency.
Well, I think he is going to be
a big step up for him.
He is going to be the first option, playmaking-wise, playmaking-wise and scoring-wise on this team. He is the offense on this team.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, who do you have 10, James?
You're going to hate this. I have the Mavs.
I agree with that.
Listen.
I don't see the Luka Kyrie double point guard strategy working.
The Mavs last year, they were good.
I respect it.
The Mavs were good last year until Kyrie got there, and then shit hit the fan.
I think they'll be a little better, but I also have them as a play-in team. I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
Well, who do you have at 9?
Play-in team.
Who do you have at 9?
Me?
James, who do you have at 9? Yeah.
Thunder.
Okay.
I also have the Thunder.
Okay.
I want to put the Warriors lower, but I think
this
the
is
Warriors
going
are
to,
still better.
again, be a bit controversial because they did make the playoffs last year. Sacramento Kings. I have them getting a lot worse.
I can't hate it, but I don't think they'll.
I have them tanking to a bad spot, but they are interchangeable with my number 8, which is the Mavericks.
So you don't have the Mavericks that high either, I think. Yeah, I think
no, I'm not that high on the Mavericks. I think they're a play-in team no matter what.
I'm not either. I think
they might scrape to a 6 seed, but I think they've probably got the least movement out of all of them. I have them as like a 9 to a 6 seed. They're not moving any higher than that. They're kind of just locked in. Yeah, I have them as the 8 seed.
Yeah, I have the Memphis Grizzlies as the 8 seed because I think losing Ja is going to hurt them a good amount. And honestly, I don't think they're better than any of the playoff teams I have. I just don't think they're better than them.
The Grizzlies at 8?
Yeah. I can't.
I have the Grizzlies at 8 as well. I have the Grizzlies at 8 as well.
I cannot put the Grizzlies that high. I don't think they're better than any team I put in the playoffs. I don't think they are. They're a really good team. The Memphis Grizzlies would be the 5 seed in the East. They will not be a guaranteed playoff team in the West. It won't happen. They're just not that good.
Yeah.
I think Jaren Jackson Jr. regresses a lot. I think
he'll still be decent. Like pretty. I don't think he's going to be.
I don't think he'll be as good of a defender. I think people are going to figure out how to beat him. And while I like Marcus Smart, I think without John Morant, they're going to struggle a bit. And I don't even think they'll be bad. I think they'll be like 4 games above 500. But that's not good enough to make a playoff spot in this conference.
Yeah, they lost their team hype man, Dylan Brooks, with the walkouts and everything. You know, they don't have the same chemistry anymore.
They fucking lost him. People got angry and played better because of him. Like, the opposite team played better because Dylan Brooks was on their team. Anyway,
I'm seeing this hostility. I think Smash is a John Morant cocksucker. Don't you?
Okay, 7 seed. I'm thinking mine's the same as Aiden. But Aiden, would you like to say yours?
Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, it's not the same because I had the
Dallas Mavericks. I think Luka will will them to a 7 seed. I think they'll figure out how to be okay. They'll figure out how to be like okay, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they would lose in the play-in. I have 2 teams make it out of the play-in. I think the 2 teams that are gonna make it out are Memphis and OKC. I think they will make it out of the play-in.
Wait, you had OKC in the play-in?
Yeah, they're my 9.
You're 9.
They're my 9.
So,
yeah,
I think they're going to be really surprised. A lot of people, they could go in the playoffs. Biddy's going to take another step. SGA's going to stay as he is, which is good. No, I think he's going to take a step because he's a really good playmaker on this offense. But the main thing that's going to make them jump all this way,
what is it?
Which will define whether they're up here as a potential playoff team or down the bottom, possibly a lottery team. Building the suspense. The health of Chet Holmgren. If he can come in and be a great center, but even a serviceable center, I think the Thunder play really well.
Yeah,
if he gets injured, they're gonna fall. But I've got them at 7.
I think they'll make it out of the play-in. I definitely think they will. They could honestly win a series, honestly, but in the playoffs if they make it out of the play-in, and I think Memphis would do the same.
The problem is they would be playing against some of those really high teams up in the West.
Yeah, there's some high ass teams.
That brings us to the playoffs. The teams that we've got above them all. Who have you got at 6?
I'll start with this because I hate this pick because I think they should be much lower, but I can't find a way to fit them in much lower. I got the Warriors. Yeah. I still don't like this double point guard, Steph and Chris Paul. They're too small of a team, and I think they'll still win a decent amount of regular season games and do enough to get the 6th seed, but I don't think they'll go really anywhere in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't. I can't.
When the Warriors dynasty is over, I am higher than you. We'll get to them later, but that's for hypothetical reasons, to be honest, what I think will happen. But yeah, I don't think they'll win. I don't think they'll be very good in the playoffs.
Who have you got at 6?
I have the Clippers at 6.
I also have the Clippers at 6.
I got the Clippers at 5, so...
I think there's going to be less load managing. I think they're going to force Kawhi to play. I think they'll make the playoffs. Honestly, they could win a playoff series because it's Kawhi and PG. They could always, and Russ. If Russ is good, they might even be higher than this.
Who I've got at my 3 seed, I think they lose the series, but I think it could be a close game. I think it could be a close series.
I think
he's going to the Lakers, don't you? You have the Lakers.
I think it'll be a good series.
Who do you have number 3?
I'll tell you later.
I think if both teams were healthy,
I'll tell you later.
I think if both teams were healthy, the Clippers would have a chance against my 3 seed. I think the Clippers would have a chance against my 3 seed. I don't think they beat them, but I think they would have a chance.
Same. Number 5 seed, we are in. James has the Clippers. Who do you have?
Sacramento. I think they'll still be good. I can't see major regression. I still think they'll be good. I don't think they'll be as offensively potent as they were last year. I think Sabonis is going to get a little worse, but their team is good. I mean, the team is good. I can't hate on De'Aaron Fox.
Listen, man, the beam is powerful. The beam is powerful.
The beam is really powerful.
The beam is powerful. At 5, I've got the Warriors. I kind of agree with James, but also I don't think they'll use the double point guard strategy. I think during this season they'll realize that it's not a good idea and they'll move Chris Paul to the bench. So I think they still straight to the 5 seed, and I can definitely see them beating the 4 seed. Like, definitely.
Who's your 4 seed?
It would be a really entertaining series. My 4 seed, which is probably the team that has most polarizing out of all the answers I've heard from you guys. I've got the Grizzlies at the 4 seed. I think they survived for long enough without Ja to push themselves into at least a 500 record. I think Ja comes back. I think their rotation's good enough. Jaren Jackson Jr., DPO White candidate. Steven Adams is going to be healthy for the whole season this time. He's a really good defensive center. Desmond Bain's going to get better at shooting. Ja Morant's going to keep progressing as long as he doesn't get suspended. Yeah, I've got them.
He's trying to make it out the NBA.
Coming off the bench. I've got them at the 4 seed, which means against the Warriors, it's going to be a close series.
I think the only things I would disagree on is I don't think Desmond Bain's going to get better. I think he'll probably be about the same. I don't see a reason why he would get better. He's already really good. I think he's already probably at his ceiling, which he's very good. He's a really good player. I think Ja Morant takes a little bit of time to get going. He hasn't played in a while, and he's had a lot of shit going on. I think he takes a bit of time to get going again.
I mean, he'll go down and play at those basketball courts where he shot the kid.
Okay.
Apparently,
He'll practice there.
And get suspended for the whole season.
Yeah.
I think they'll hold it solid and finish in the 4 seed, put up a good series against the Warriors. I honestly see the Warriors winning that series because they're more experienced, but yeah, I think Grizzlies, Warriors.
Yeah. I have Golden State at 4.
Yeah.
Golden State's my 4. I think after like 2 weeks, they gotta realize Chris Paul and Steph is not gonna work. They've gotta realize it. I think the starting lineup that they take for most of the year is fucking Curry, Clay, Kuminga, Draymond, Looney. And I think Kuminga is a decent player. I think he averages like 15 points per game on okay efficiency. And I think he is the big reason why they're still good. I think Curry. He'll always be Curry. Clay is going to be mid. Draymond's very good defensively, and Looney will get boards. And
Looney's a good.
Chris Paul off the bench. Chris Paul will be good at running the bench unit. He'll be very good at running the bench unit. I think he'll be able to keep the bench unit somewhat in the game while Curry's out.
Yeah.
My 4 seed. It's kind of similar to Aiden, who I think he had a 5 seed, the Kings.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them going pretty much from here down to the play-ins, but I don't know. I think they're young and they did well last year, so I'm hopeful that they'll make it to the 4th seed.
3 seeds.
Well, I think we all have the same 1 through 3. No, not in the same order, but
Not in the same order.
They have the same 1 through 3.
the same team.
Who's your
So, Smash, I want to hear yours first.
Fuck you. The Lakers.
I knew it.
Injuries. I don't think AD plays. I think AD plays about 50 games. It's not that the Lakers. You should be fucking happy I'm putting them even at the 3 seed. I mean, I would have them lower, but I thought they'll make it up there. Do you really think that they're worse than? Do you really think they're better than the Nuggets or the Suns in the regular season?
The Suns, yes. The Suns,
regular season. The regular season.
Yes.
No.
Why are you acting like Kevin Durant hasn't played less games than AD has recently? Why are we acting like that doesn't happen?
Yeah.
Booker, KD,
Booker's not that good in the regular season. He's fine.
Nurkic,
Beal's shit. Beal's not good.
Cam. They've got a really good bench.
When was the last time Bradley Beal had a good regular season? 4 years ago?
I don't know, like
3 years ago?
You know what?
He's not that good.
I think
He's not that good.
Listen, you can argue with me all you want. The Lakers, they're good. They're going to suffer some injuries, but I think they still... Listen, 3 is honestly where I see them if it was like last year. Like, where AD plays about 50 games, LeBron plays about 60, and they've gotten a little bit more depth. Austin Reeves will get a bit better, which is why I think they'll get the 3 seed. If things go horribly wrong where AD misses, only plays like 30 games, LeBron plays 50, I could see them dropping towards the 6. I don't see them missing the playoffs, though. And I see 2 is their ceiling, 6 is their floor, 3 is about where I'm going to slot them.
I have the Phoenix Suns here. I don't think the Phoenix Suns will be as good in the regular season because I think it's the same thing with the Bucks. I don't think they care that much about the regular season. I don't think they'll care that much about their record. I don't think it matters that much to them. Kevin Durant load manages a lot more than people acts like he does. He doesn't play that many games. He didn't play that many games last year.
He doesn't load manage. He doesn't load manage. He gets injured. It was injured.
Very skinny.
It wasn't load management.
A little bit of load management.
A lot of it was
load manages a little bit.
He missed like 20 games in the middle of the season with that foot injury before he got traded to the Suns.
Yeah, he was supposed to play LeBron at one point, except for the first time since 2018, and just didn't show up. Clearly, he's scared.
Kevin Durant misses more games. He misses more games than people would like to admit that he misses because he's very skinny and he's old. I mean, that's really why. He's skinny and he's old. And I think, honestly, Bradley Beal is also old. He will load manage too. And I just don't think the regular season record matters that much for them.
I'm putting a hot take right here. Hyping hot take right here. AD will play more games than LeBron or AD. That is my hot take right here.
No, he won't.
He'll probably play a similar amount of games.
I think he plays slightly more than both of them.
But I think
if he plays one more game, you can't go, oh, I was right. That's like not really that big of a difference.
Yes, that's what I mean, though. They're going to play... You're talking about how he's so injury prone. He's playing at least the same amount. I think he plays 2 or 3 more. I think he plays 68, 70 games.
That's a bit high.
I think he's going to play. You think he's going to play 70? How many games do you think LeBron is going to play?
I think LeBron plays 60.
Smasher. You do know last year Kevin Durant played 47 games?
He missed like a month of that because of a foot injury.
And he will get
add that month back and he would have been over 60.
The last time he played more than 55 games, he was on Golden State. It's been years.
Yeah, because he's been... But listen, that's because he tore his fucking Achilles and then has had plenty of injury issues. I think he gets healthy, and I think he plays over 60 games this year.
You're delusional. If you think the older KD gets, the healthier he gets,
no,
it's ridiculous.
But it goes both ways. He's getting older, but he's also getting further removed from the Achilles injury. So it goes both ways. He's getting older, so he get hurt more, but he's also moving away from the Achilles.
And warm-ups.
He's moving away from... I think he plays 60 games.
All right, you're delusional. I got the Suns here as
Minimum's a
well.
little much. I think he could play
Motherfucker,
60 games.
you're delusional for putting the Lakers at the 2 seed.
You have him at a 3 seed. It's not that big of a
Who
difference.
here put the Lakers at the 2 seed?
If you've got them on the 1 seed, I'm fucking walking off this show. I'm fucking done.
Better bet up, fatty.
That's fucking ridiculous.
There's no way in hell you have
Better start going for that walk.
Like, there is no possible way in the world. There is no possible way in the world that the Lakers get the 1 seed in any fucking fucking realm. Even if LeBron and AD play every game, it's not happening. Well, he's not getting shot. It's like if I say, what if the whole league dies in a plane crash except for the Spurs? The Spurs will get the 1 seed. No shit.
Why, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis played every single game, why do you think they wouldn't make the 1 seed? Because I'm not saying they're going to make the 1 seed because they're going to play every game. They're going to make the 1 seed because...
That's even worse if you think they're going to make the 1 seed while still not
They
that
are.
healthy.
They will.
The Nuggets have better starting lineup.
They will.
After the trade deadline, didn't they have the best record?
But the Nuggets have the best record for the whole season.
That doesn't matter. That's like saying, 6 years ago, Golden State had the best record.
What's our season?
Smasher.
It wasn't 6 years ago. It was 2020 fucking 3.
Yeah, but can you deny that the Lakers got a shit ton better after the trade deadline?
That's because AD and LeBron got healthy. I don't think they're healthy for the whole season. I think they're the 3 seed. There is no way in fucking humanity that they're the 1 seed.
I don't even have him as a 1 seed.
Two seed. Listen, James with the 2 seed.
Why is that not possible? Why is that not possible?
They are not. I will put a fucking $100 bet down today. They are not making the 1 seed.
Smasher. Why are you acting like the Nuggets won 70 games last year? They won 53 games. That's not that fucking many. That's not that many. That's just not that many.
They've signed depth pieces, and I don't see them. I don't see them getting.
They're not the Warriors. They're not the Canadian Warriors. They're beatable.
I don't have them winning 73 games. I have them winning like 60. I think that's good enough.
We're gonna win 7 more games than they did this year.
Yeah. They could win like 58. I don't see them winning 58 even. Listen, I think Jokic is better than AD.
But what did they do?
Who on that team is better than
season?
They don't have anyone that's better than LeBron. But they
exactly. So if AD is slightly worse than Jokic, okay.
He's not slightly worse. He's a lot worse. How many MVPs does AD have? How many MVPs does AD have?
Smasher. I need to ask you a question. What exactly did the Denver Nuggets? What exactly did the Denver Nuggets do to get 8 games better than they were last year when they won a championship? What did they do to get better?
Other teams got worse.
The Lakers definitely
did get worse. The Lakers did get better.
Wait. Who have the Lakers signed?
The Suns got better.
Hold on. I'm trying to say, who did the Lakers sign?
Look, even if you look at just a trade deadline, they have D'Lo now. I can't name off the top of my head. Let me go look at the roster. So I'm not.
Austin Reeves got better. They lost Russ at the deadline. They got Jared Vanderbilt.
Jared Vanderbilt doesn't score. He only rebounds and plays defense.
Okay, you need it.
He's not that good. He's not that good. Rui Hachimura isn't that good.
Rui Hachimura is good. In the playoffs last year, he showed that. Maybe he's not having a great preseason, but he is a good player.
Listen, he's not that good. Austin Reeves isn't going to take the step up that everyone believes he will. He's going to stay as he is. He's at his peak. He's 26.
Smasher, you do know the Denver Nuggets net rating wasn't even top 5 last year? They were not a top 5 team last year. They just won games somehow. They weren't actually that good.
Game. And I think they
weren't actually that good.
Who's the Lakers coach?
Darvin Ham, the GOAT.
Exactly. He's coaching Darvin Ham.
So who cares? LeGo is going to coach him anyways. He's the coach. He's really a time coach.
Yeah, but a good coach can do a lot of things. And didn't they get swept in the conference finals?
They were literally
by the Nuggets.
They were a 7
team-
seed.
I feel like the team was playing all season.
So you think the Lakers go from a play-in team to the 1 seed
Smasher.
from Austin
Smasher.
Reeves getting better?
Smasher.
Not just that. They
Smasher. I am fairly confident, from what I remember, the Lakers weren't even a playoff team at the deadline. They weren't even a play-in team at the deadline.
They were the 13th
They
seed.
were us at the deadline.
Listen, that is because they had the nightmare start to the season where LeBron and AD were both injured, and they started off like 0-10,
And then what happened?
and then they played pretty well. But I don't have them beating the
They were
Nuggets.
still the 13th seed going into the trade deadline, and after the trade deadline, where they moved some good.
Because the West is so packed together that there's no team that's way good and way bad. They're all in a nice. The playing teams were separated from the playoff teams by like 2 or 3 games. Like it wasn't
Exactly. And you're acting like the Denver Nuggets are walking away with the first seed here.
I don't think they walk away with it, but I don't think the Lakers touch
You're
it.
acting like it.
If anyone's challenging for the 1 seed, it'll be either the Suns or like the Clippers if they don't fucking load manage like they will, which is why they won't get it. But like
I don't like the Suns. I gotta be honest. I don't like the Suns that much.
It's the Nuggets.
KD,
The Nuggets get the 1
Bradley
seed
Beal.
very easily.
Okay, I don't like the Suns
Not
that
very
much.
easily. I'm exaggerating. But they lock it down. They get it. I have them 1 seed. They get it. I don't think the Lakers take 1 seed. I think the Lakers' ceiling is 3
last year.
But
I don't think you understand how good they were last year.
outside of LeBron and AD, you've got Austin Reeves, he's alright, but he's a shit Tyler Hero. You've got D'Angelo Russell, who's overrated and fucking gets like 6 turnovers a game. He's awful.
It's very ironic. Whenever he talks about like Aaron Gordon, he's like the GOAT. But whenever he talks about a Lakers player, he says they're overrated and shit.
Okay, their starting power forward will be Rui or Vanderbilt. Aaron Gordon is twice as good as them.
Is he twice as good as LeBron fucking James? Because he
No.
can play power forward too.
So hold on. You're LeBron at power forward, so who the fuck do you have at small forward?
Rui.
Rui?
Rui can't play small forward. He's a power forward center.
He very much could play small forward.
You'd have no spacing.
Who is Rui? Who is putting Rui at center?
He's literally listed as a power forward center. He played center for the Wizards.
Yeah, that's the fucking Wizards.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but that is his positions. He's too slow to play small forward. He doesn't space the
Who
floor.
cares?
You put LeBron at small forward, which means the power forward, Aaron Gordon versus Rui Hachimura. Aaron Gordon's better.
Hey,
Smash, you keep saying outside of LeBron and AD.
Also, AJ, stop fucking yap. You agree with me.
When did I?
Hey, Smasher. I have a question.
You said that the Lakers will not be better than the
They'd
Nuggets.
be better than the Suns.
So,
They could be,
So
but
the-
they are not better than the Nuggets.
what we're going over here is the Los Angeles Lakers have a better point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
No. Are you forgetting about Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray had
I did forget about Jamal Murray.
Yeah, you're forgetting about
What?
Jamal
What?
Murray. He is a better
I did
shooter.
forget about
He is a
Jamal
better
Murray.
point guard. Easily. They've got the better center. LeBron is obviously, we'll put him at small forward for the sakes of things here. He is the better small forward
He is the better
by a mile. But we're putting him at small forward for now, in this example. Aaron Gordon plays power forward. He's better than Rui. Shooting guard, I don't actually know who's the shooting guard for the Nuggets. I don't know if they're going to start Will Barton or KCP. Austin Reeves is better. Not that much. Not like fucking LeBron versus their small forward better, but better than KCP. But that still means the Nuggets win at 3 positions.
Man doesn't know what happened.
That still means that the Nuggets win at 3 positions out of the starting 5, and the Nuggets have a better bench.
I don't think the Nuggets bench is that good.
They
I think it's overrated. I don't think it's that good.
right,
I think
okay.
they're gonna
I can
miss.
list them all.
I think they're gonna.
Zeke
I think they're
Naji,
gonna miss.
Zeke Naji, Justin Holiday, Reggie Jackson.
He's ass.
They're not. Michael Porter Jr. is their small forward, who's at least good at
He would start.
defense. He's 6'10".
He would start.
Yeah, he
He
would.
would
He would
start.
start, and he's a good small forward.
Starter.
Christian Brown, who was great at the end of last year. Jay Huff, that was the MVP of the NBL, that's come in and is looking really promising. You can't just say who to everyone. You need to fucking if you're looking at the depth of each team, you need to know these players. Peyton Watson, he's pretty good. He's not a bad player. If we go to the Lakers right here, we've got Max Christie, who's inefficient as fuck. Torian Prince, I respect. He's pretty good. I think he's a really good bench piece. Jackson Hayes is very overrated. He couldn't even crack a Pelicans rotation.
Watson averaged over-
Whenever they're on the Lakers, they're overrated and
Watson
shit.
averaged over 3.3 points per game last year. Man.
Yeah, and now he's moving up the rotation because he was young and he's getting better. We've got Christian Wood. I think he's fucking overrated. People
Overrated. You can just go
He was on the Mavericks. He was on the Mavericks competing with Dwight Powell and couldn't crack a starting job. He couldn't get a starting job over Dwight fucking Powell. Like, he's
Okay,
bad.
he's not competing with Dwight Powell anymore, is he?
No, he's competing with fucking AD.
Yeah. He's coming
And
off the bench.
who else?
So,
Fucking-
Smasher. What I'm hearing from you is a guy who last year averaged 17, 7, and 2 on 51% shooting is bad and overrated.
Yes.
All right, and we're back. Let's go ahead and get into the MLB a little bit here.
Yep.
Some
MLB.
interesting playoff series are happening. What do you do for the MLB, considering everything else has been a damn sweep?
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Hey, AJ and Nate
Astros
are our
were-
experts.
Zach Wheeler might actually end up being the best pitcher in postseason history. He now has the number one WHIP in postseason history, beating out Mariano Rivera, the known GOAT of baseball pitchers. I mean,
Yeah.
the comparisons,
I've got a quick.
What's the matter?
I've got a quick news update here. The Sacramento Kings have just waived guard Jalen Noel. He's a pretty good bench piece. We'll see who signs him.
Okay. There's a 9 seed now.
Yeah,
Well, actually, if he joins the Lakers, he'll go from solid bench piece to overrated. Just ask
No,
me.
he's good. No, if he goes to the Lakers, that's
okay,
good. But they might afford him.
enough basketball. Back to the MLB. AJ, go ahead. Talk about Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler, the comparison to Zach Wheeler and Mariano Rivera is a little off because Zach Wheeler is a starting pitcher.
Better. Zach Wheeler's better.
Alright,
Rivera.
Zach Wheeler might have the better.
Jack Wheeler is better. That's true.
He might have the better overall stats right now, but he's only pitched 9 games and
He does?
he's only pitched 9 games and 57 postseason innings compared to Mariano Rivera's 96 games and 141 innings.
So he's pitched half the
It
innings.
sounds like-
He's a lot better.
It sounds like Mariano Rivera was washed and played too many innings.
Rivera was also a closer, and Zach Wheeler is a starter.
He's also a fraud.
That's
Also a
even more.
fraud.
I mean, it means that he got to be the closer. Closers always have a low ERA unless they're really bad. But okay, even
Ray
whip,
Holmes.
closers have really good whip.
Yeah,
Not Clay Holmes. He doesn't have a good whip.
They usually have a better whip than starting pitchers who have to pitch for like fucking 6 or 7 innings on fucking keep going. Like,
okay, fair, but
Anyway, I think it's an interesting comparison. I think you're making a lot of good points here, but I think we should talk about what actually happened today, right? Which is the Astros beating the crap out of the Rangers to tie the series. Really good series there, and the Diamondbacks walking it off against the Phillies. Great, fantastic pitchers battle in that game. Came down to the wire. Diamondbacks win. I picked the Phillies in 7, I think, and it's not looking that great.
37.
But Astros Rangers is a very interesting series. I think the Astros will still
I don't know
win,
if I can
but
handle another Astros World Series. I don't think I can.
with the Phillies
I'm a
series,
Yankees fan.
the star of that series so far has been Trey Turner. So the stats here: 13 straight games with a hit, including all 9 postseason games. He's batting .470 in the playoffs. It's been a historic run.
Nick Castellanos.
He's just being
Harper,
consistent.
Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper have
Schwarber.
this postseason.
The Phillies just have so many big hitters.
5 home runs.
They have all these guys that get on base, and then they just need one big hitter to hit them home, and they get runs on the board pretty easy, and their pitching staff's good enough to... The pitching staff's good enough to close it out.
Everything is going right for the
Yeah, basically.
Everything that the Phillies could possibly want is going right. Their aces are doing Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing against a Diamondbacks team that I think surprised everybody by making it this far.
I mean, good.
Yeah,
They've played well. And hold on a minute.
Oh my fucking god, that again.
The bummy ass White Sox, get that shit out of here. Wow.
Bro can't even put a hat on right.
You're just as good as putting a hat on as the White Sox are at winning a game.
Hold on, AJ. Haven't we won the same amount of postseason games as you this year?
Also the same amount of any team in our division, actually.
Yes, also the same amount as the Orioles and the Rays.
Hey, Smasher. I have a question for the White Sox. How are you in a huge market able to sign big players and you still suck ass? How does that happen?
Jerry is a bum. Anyway, I put on this hat just to say, former White Sox, Yosei Abreu, has been on fire. He has been smacking homers all postseason, including, I think it was a two-run double today to help seal out the victory.
It was a 3-run dinger.
Yeah,
it was not a 2-run
It
double.
was a dinger?
It was a 3. It was 438 to left center. That is a bomb.
Yep, it was a bomb. And it helped out, and it finished it off, and
Finished it off. That was in the 4th inning.
I've just got to say,
honestly, yeah, finished them off.
He did finish them off. He put them up 7-3.
You finished me off.
So yeah, shout out to Yosei Abreu for being amazing. Shout out to Lance Lynn for choking. I love you, Lance Lynn. You're a bum. Thank you for leaving the White Sox.
Bro is a
Little bitch.
4th inning god. Wait a minute.
Yeah. It's 'cause he's never really gotten to play many good postseason series before. Because
I wonder why. How could, dude? That's crazy. He's been like an MVP candidate. I wonder how the hell he hasn't made the playoffs. How does that happen?
I mean that with MLB action again, because there's so limited amount of games. There's not that much to talk
Only
about.
2 games.
Yeah. My predictions that I had for the rest of this is I've got the Astros unfortunately winning 4-3. I think they get done in 7 because their bats are just so fucking hot right now. And I've got the Phillies winning 4-2. I think the Diamondbacks take another game. Probably, I have them taking game 5 to make it a 3-2 series, and then the Phillies close it out. But yeah, I've got 4-3.
I like the Diamondbacks.
Astros, Phillies, World Series.
The Diamondbacks might be finished. I like them, but I think they're finished. I don't.
Zach Wheeler might be pitching next game. He hasn't pitched since Monday, so Zach Wheeler might be pitching.
Is the Phillies Diamondbacks series 3-1 right now?
2-1 right now.
It's 2-1. But if the Phillies go if the Phillies go up 3-1 though, it's done. The Diamondbacks.
I have them 4-2 still, but
it's so difficult.
The Phillies will be out.
Win
the Phillies
games in a row in baseball.
The Phillies will be in the World Series. The Astros will be in the World Series, unfortunately.
The probable pitcher for the
and we'll all be rooting for the Phillies. That might be the first time all of America's been rooting for Philadelphia on something. But
Well, no, they rooted for him last time too, because I'm pretty sure it was Phillies Astros last year
Yeah,
too.
it's
We're gonna get a replay
please
last year, but
beat
I'm hoping
the
the Phillies
Astros.
actually finish
Please
it.
fucking people.
I think the Rangers.
Well, the Phillies
I
pitchers
think
are
the
better.
Rangers take the Astros to Game 7. And
Yeah, that's what- yeah.
I think the Rangers squeak this out.
No, AJ.
Okay.
I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen.
I'm
It's
hoping for that.
Game 7 against the Astros. They're gonna bring out fucking Chapman, and he's gonna blow it. He's gonna blow it. Yes, they have Chapman. Chapman's on
I know exactly what's
He's
gonna
gonna blow it.
It's gonna be.
Game 7.
It's
bottom
gonna
of
be
the
a-
ninth, and Jose Altuve is gonna take Chapman deep for a grand slam, and that's gonna end the game.
No, I know exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be tied at the bottom of the ninth. Tied. Aroldis Chapman has 2 people out. Jeremy Pena is up to bat. He hits it.
Jeremy Pena.
He hits it to left. Straight to Trey Turner, who misfields.
Team, bud.
Oh my
Yeah, that
god.
was-
I mean in the World Series, sorry. I meant in the fucking World Series. Sorry. I mean fucking they're gonna fucking Aaron Pena's gonna hit it straight to fucking Trey Turner, and that's gonna be what ends the series.
Wait. Trey Turner.
How the fuck would he hit it directly to the shortstop with nobody on base and just make it home? How would that happen?
Yeah. The bases are gonna be loaded because fucking
Oh, okay.
fraudulent.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
Yeah,
You understand what you just said.
Offensive blunders in this postseason, but his bat is making up for it.
No, it's
Just like Volpe every game.
It's gonna be an inside the park home run error by Trey Turner.
God.
No one on base. He misfields like 3 times.
That's a Volpe play. That's prime Volpe play right there.
Prime Volpe.
All right. Well, that's the MLB. The last topic we have today.
Not last.
The last combat sports. We've got combat
Sports,
sports.
and we're going to start off with some boxing here. Some big boxing events happened, or just one big boxing event happened over the last weekend.
Well, it was Logan Paul fighting
Well,
and KSI
and
fighting.
KSI on the Prime card, 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, which is actually pretty crazy.
And KSI lost his own event.
I don't think we paid for pay-per-view, did we?
Oh, we definitely paid for pay-per-view like good
we
citizens.
paid for that.
We would never
Come on
legally-
You would download it.
Hey. ESPN, sponsor us.
We
ESPN,
wouldn't
sponsor
go
us.
into
Give us free
legally
pay-per-view.
streaming-
You need a real sponsorship. Real sponsor us.
Anyway, yeah.
He's the real
Logan Paul won after
After
shit
Dylan
fight,
Dennis
it was a
forgot
bad
he was
fight.
in a boxing match and stood there like this for 6
yeah, he just kind of kept blocking.
So I have a few comments about this fight. I mean, I think this is more of a loss on Logan's part. Dylan Dennis was never known as a striking guy. Even in MMA, he's a grappler. And Logan Paul couldn't knock him out. Dylan Dennis walked forward the entire fight. When he was in the corner, Logan Paul was throwing flurries of punches. And, I mean, he did some damage to his face. We saw he had a couple, bruises around the eye, but couldn't knock him out, didn't knock him down, and you could argue he wobbled him once. But for a guy who's been boxing for 3 years now, who's as big as he is, and claims to have as much power as he is, claims to have as much power as he does, I think that was a pretty poor performance on Logan's part.
Yeah, it was a shit fight though.
It was a shit fight.
It was pretty bad. But then KSI rolled up in his green custom Lambo just to lose his own fighting event.
Yeah,
it was.
I think that fight was arguably worse.
KSI's entire game plan was run in, try to throw punches, get in a hug,
If you look at his past
and
fights,
then
though,
fucking
both of his fights against
and
Logan,
step back out again.
Exactly what the strategy was with Logan too, and it worked then.
Yeah, I never.
Because Logan's not that good. That's why.
Run in, try and punch him, not hit him, have to be separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great referee play. Great referee play, though. Stunning referee play. Most exciting part of the fight was the referee going,
And a few
Who was the
hits here and there on him, but
who's the boxing this weekend?
Oh, we haven't even talked. We haven't. Smasher, stop jumping ahead.
Hey, fucking speed this up.
Look, just because your favorite segments are done, it doesn't mean we get to skip over the
What do
more
you mean? I
important
want to talk
segment.
about Volk already. Fuck, Volk's gonna win.
All right. So, another is a question that has been brought up recently is influencer boxing as a whole over because of this. It was an awful event. People are probably not going to want to pay again to watch these guys fight, especially when the two main events put on were shit shows.
I mean, we're forgetting about how fucking girly and fucking over the top Logan Paul and KSI fans are. I mean, they probably will pay for it again.
That guy in the corner up there.
They probably will end up paying for it again, unfortunately, which is why it's still getting fought so much.
Here's the thing. I think all they have to do is announce like Logan Paul versus KSI again, and people will buy it. They will pay for it.
I'm not paying for that.
But you don't have to pay for it. We'll pirate it. James will pirate it.
Jake Paul actually has a new a fight announced. Jesus. Jake Paul announced a fight that his next fight is going to be on December 15th.
Is it against a rich guy again?
Is he fighting Mysterio? I mean, who is he fighting?
Is the guy 40?
Hey, I think the rumored opponent is Jorge Masvidal, who is 38 and retired MMA fighter.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Another great fight coming up.
I can't
when
wait
Jake
to watch
Paul knocks him out and tries to
I can't wait
flex.
for Jake Paul and KSI to continue dodging each other.
The next fight, Jake Paul fighting some random drunk guy on the street. Oh look, Jake Paul won again.
I cannot wait until Jake Paul versus James Elverson. I can't wait until that happens.
Jake Paul, KSI.
Man, I'm not going to.
The only problem is by the time James is fighting him, fucking Jake's probably gonna have fucking CTE.
Already. But Jake Paul.
I'm gonna be the guy fighting the retired 40-year-old.
Jake Paul and KSI has always been the big.
James is the next influencer.
Jake Paul versus KSI has always been what those two have been working towards. But now with Logan and KSI.
When's Logan Paul versus Jake Paul?
Logan
Paul versus Jake Paul would actually be a good setup because of how.
I would pay for that. I would pay
for it, but I would definitely watch it.
I would pay for it.
I don't think Jake Paul versus KSI is going to happen now either with Logan and KSI being business partners.
Well, who really cares? Let's move on to some actual boxing. Well, almost actual boxing. We have Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury coming up on the 28th.
We have
Francis Ngannou being... Yeah, well, we have an actual boxer. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Fury KO, let's be honest. Obviously, Ngannou has a puncher's chance. You know, he's got a lot of power. 12 knockouts out of 17 wins. So, you know, Tyson Fury can't get caught lacking by a punch, but I don't think he will. He's too technical. He's been boxing for too long. Too good of footwork. His head movement's pretty good as well.
When we went into the odds,
the 28th, this weekend.
They've got you look at the odds, and they've got basically, according to the money line, they've got Fury at I think it was a 93% chance to win that fight, according to Vegas. So
I think it should probably be higher.
If he wins it, it's probably 90% chance it's gonna be by knockout. So it's not even worth betting on because it's that low of odds.
Tyson Fury.
If you want
$1,000, you'll make like 10.
I mean, if you're putting $1 on, $1 on his knockout, the other guy.
On Francis Ngannou, because I mean he does have
they're big odds,
crazy powerful punch. All he needs to do is land once clean, and it's over. I think
it's something like 20. It's like 16 to 1 odds or something. So $1 could win his 16 if something crazy happens. But yeah, if he's gonna win, it's gonna be by knockout.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious.
Enough with the boring contact sport. Let's get to the UFC.
Alright. We gonna anybody?
Well,
man.
We wrapping this
I
up.
mean, I'll be posting.
I have something else to say.
Okay.
The Lakers will be the 1
By
seed.
the way.
All right.
Gotta have
I
it.
will be posting.
Gotta have
I'll be posting some bets on Twitter later on in the weekend before the NFL games start. Obviously, we went 3 for 4 today. The under didn't hit. Real fucking
Yeah, my bad.
shame. But man, AJ needs to start sharing them to Twitter so we can fucking get more people on them. ETN scored his touchdown line easy. Kamara got his receptions line easy, and Carr got a shit ton of passing yards. So I'm looking forward to coming back on Sunday and trying to win y'all some money. But yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Smash is not very good at betting. I have something else to say. That's for real this time. We will be attempting to post things on TikTok. We will be attempting to do that.
Got one.
Yes, there should be Instagram.
Obviously, it's the same name as our YouTube.
No, it's not. Check the link tree.
It's not.
Should be in the bio.
Well, there's a link tree. There'll be a link tree in the bio where you can find the YouTube, where you can find the TikTok, the Instagram, the Twitter, anything else you want to find, the Discord server.
Other things will be in the future.
Yeah. So if you want to join something, join from there. And I think that's all we've got.
Yep, thank you for watching this episode, and we'll be back with another episode next week.
Peace out.